So we're going to start recording so that we'll have this for later, and I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to go into mycvdesk.com, or as we call it, desk. And from here, we're going to find our Prospect Square tile. Just for those that don't know, you can toggle these around. I have mine at the top. I use it every day. You can also use a list view. So if you click over on the right-hand side, if you're more of a list person, you can do it that way. You can put them in a specific order, alphabetical, most recent to the top. And you can also filter through. If you're just looking for marketing tools, you can do that. You can just look for any of these specifics. If you can't find Prospect Square and you start typing it in over here, it's going to pop right up for you. I kind of like that. Sometimes it eliminates all of the extras on the page. So we're just going to jump into Prospect Square. And for the sake of this particular class, we're going to bypass some of the information. So I will always tell you it's important to have your profile in there. Make sure that that is up to date, especially if you are a White Marsh or a Towson agent, because those offices recently moved, making sure that you have your correct address in there for your office if you have that included. And that's just found up in the right-hand corner. You want to make sure that you have some contacts in here. If you have a lot of people in your CRM, we can export them. We can put them right in here. It won't take that long. We can do that together. And we can also put in our groups. Now, groups are going to be really important for listing concierge, and having those contacts in is going to be important if you utilize listing concierge. For the sake of this particular class, we're going to concentrate on this reports tab that's over here on the left-hand side. I'm not going to make that too big or we're not going to be able to see it. So I am going to pull up my chat feature so that if anyone needs to type anything in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and put a welcome in here so that it'll pop up on my other screen over here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to interrupt me at any time. Excuse me, I don't find that rude at all. I would rather you guys have questions and ask them outright. Or if you feel more comfortable, I've had a couple agents that are like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing that. You can go ahead and put it in the chat. And I'm going to open up my chat over here on this other screen. There we go. So shout it out. If I'm going too fast, if I'm not explaining something clearly, please let me know. So again, over here on the left-hand side, we have our reports. So we have some different reports. And you might come in here and be like, okay, there's an area report, a market report, a quarterly report. Like what do I need these for? A quarterly report, we're going to click on that first. A quarterly report is going to come out 4 times a year, obviously quarterly. And it's basically, I'm going to jump into the preview and share. I will show you how to get into all this as well. But there's a preview and share button for both your quarterly report and your area report, because that's base information. That isn't anything that I have to go in and actually select. It's pre-selected for me, so I can, because it's pre-selected, I can preview and share. PS for Prospect Square. Hey, and you'll see that in here there are all of the different counties that we have in Maryland. I've had agents before ask me, am I only allowed to share counties where my office is? You can share any county that you work in. Remember that we always want to work in our area of expertise. So while I might be very good from Cecil County all the way down to Frederick and Howard and all of those, I probably would not personally be very good in Prince George's, just because I don't know too much that's there. So definitely pick the county where you work from, excuse me, the most. Now you will see the caveat to that is we do have excuse me, everything is labeled county. So Baltimore City, we know Baltimore City is its own kind of thing. It is listed as Baltimore City County. So there wasn't really a way. I've asked them several times to fix that, and that's just kind of how it's coded. In this system here, there is a preview button. There's also a link, and there is a share button. If I click on this preview button for any of the counties that I'm in, that particular report is going to pop up for me. So here I have the fourth quarter report for Baltimore County. I have all of my information here. You'll see it's very extensive. I did add kind of a fake number there just to show you what that would look like. I am not an ABR GRI, so don't look at that part. And then yours will also see realty. And just a fun fact, if you click on some of these, I do not do Pinterest. Those of you that know me know that is the black hole for me. But if you click on that, you're going to get Coldwell Banker. So I am that important. Coldwell Banker just pins things on my behalf. Oh yeah, I'm not going to look at that because that's going to suck me in. My LinkedIn is my LinkedIn. So I definitely suggest when you're including your social media, your LinkedIn should be your own. Your Facebook business page should be your own. If you tweet for business, if you do Instagram for business, if you run a YouTube channel, which if you have listing concierge videos, you should. Pinterest and the blog, those are all Coldwell Banker. I just look really fancy here. So just as a tidbit. But as we scroll down, we're going to get a real estate snapshot. What has changed since this time last year? So this is a quarterly report. And as such, you'll see here, it's for the fourth quarter of 2020, obviously, because the first quarter of this year is not over yet. So we can't report on that quite yet. But we can see the last quarter of 2020, how did it change? In effect, how did COVID affect our market? We can see number of sales, new listings, average days on the market. Those are single family homes, also by condominiums as well. We can also see a snapshot. In the fourth quarter, we saw that all properties of all types sold for almost 20% more in this county. The median sold price also went up. The average sold price went up. So everything basically was starting to go up, but those average days on the market dropped considerably. So we can see there definitely a way that COVID has affected the real estate market. And then because this is county based, it's going to break everything down for me by zip code. And I say that because you'll see there are no zip codes here, but Baldwin 21013, Cockeysville 21030. So all of these are going to have different, they're going to have different zip codes. They're different areas. I can't break it down finer than that. It's only going to break down for the county as a whole for each individual zip code that we have. And of course, sometimes we do have overlap. I believe Manchester overlaps a little bit. Kingsville overlaps a little bit. So some of them do overlap into some other counties as well. But it's going to be the properties in that specific Baltimore County of that zip code. So you're going to see it breaks everything down. You can see what areas are doing really well, maybe some areas that are a little bit different. And they may have a different demographic. They may have different homes for sale. For example, in Baldwin, there are a lot of single family homes. I'm not sure that there are any condos or townhomes. So just a different graphic there. And as you scroll down, you're going to get the market snapshot again of single family homes themselves. They're going to have some graphs. Click over the little gray question, and you can find out exactly what does this particular property, or I'm sorry, what does this particular graph do? So this particular graph represents the average sales price of homes and the average days, the average number of days the listing spent on the market for each quarter over the last 3 years. So the average, and they give you all the statistics for what that means. I really like this because I think, especially after something like a pandemic, and we just went through an election, we have a new president, and I always say it doesn't matter people's political affiliation. It doesn't, there's a pandemic. People are fearful of things. So it's nice to have graphs and real facts, statistical data that we can look at, we can analyze, we can, get in and see what is the market actually doing. And this gives us the power to be that market expert. We can send this stuff to people. If somebody sent this to me, I might gloss over all these graphs, but these little numbers with the arrows, that's where it's at. Like, that's amazing to me that you could buy a condo and it's worth almost 17% more. Like, they're selling for more money. The days on the market's gone down so much so that, if I want to list my house, I know that it's probably, if I price it right, it's not going to be on the market that long. And then as you scroll all the way to the bottom, sorry, I went a little too fast, you're going to see the reports down here. Additional reports for that county. I can go in and get a monthly report or a quarterly report for any of the individual zip codes. So if I want Nottingham, I can go in and just hit that monthly report, and it's going to give me the area report, and I don't even have to go in and do anything extra. The reason that I like these reports is because it's very easy for me to print them to PDF. I can print this out, take this with me to an open house. I can share to social media, everything but Instagram. So I can share this to my LinkedIn for those that say I never post on LinkedIn. Got some content if you tweet for business. Facebook as well. And there's also a Facebook cheat sheet here. And you're able to go in and share this directly to your Facebook business page. You just want to toggle on the top left-hand corner to share to a page that you manage. Make sure that your page does come up. Type a little bit about what it is that you're sharing. And then you're able to have a post on Facebook as well. I work with a few agents that have these set up to go out every few days for a different area. And then you also have your disclaimer down here that lets people know that these sources are, may include, not limited to, county records, multiple list service, and their approximations. I'll never say that right. Although the information is believed to be accurate, it's not warranted. You should not rely upon it without personal verification. Of course, it has to say that. Of course, it's right. We know that it's right, but just in case anything is off by like 0.001, they want to keep you covered, so you are safe in that as well. If you would like to take these, I do have, excuse me, as I said, a few agents that share them to Facebook. And that might be something that you want to schedule. You are able to go in here, grab this link. Please make sure that you're grabbing it from the very beginning. I did this once and didn't get the HTTP, and it was not fun because it didn't work. And you can go in, you can paste that into your browser to ensure that that works. But you can also go directly to Facebook. If you want to schedule these to come out at different times, you're able to do that if you would like. You can just go in and find the page that you manage for Coldwell Banker and go into your publishing tools. And then that's where you're able to find scheduled posts. So if these are things that you want to share with your sphere of influence, you want to look like, you want to be the area expert, you can go in and you can just paste that link in there. It's automatically going to fetch that preview for you. It's going to come up with that beautiful photo that you have. And this is where you're able to say, discover how COVID, affected the real estate market in your area, or just discover how the quarter ended in 2020 for real estate in Nottingham. I could say something like, if you would like this information for your area, please reach out to me. I can send that to you. If you'd like to receive these automatically every month, let me know, or every quarter, let me know. And you're able to share that, and you would just schedule your post, pick the date, the time, and hit schedule. Once you do that, it's going to pop up here. You can see I have quite quite a few things in here scheduled to come out on my business page, and you're able to use any of the quarterly reports or the area reports in that way. You're also able to click on the share button and very easily also tweet, share to Facebook, share to LinkedIn. You can do it that way, or Pinterest, do it that way as well. If you would like to create one of these and send it to your client, that is going to be the Browse tab at the top. And we're going to hit the New button. And basically, we are just going to follow the prompts. It does have to have a report name. So I'm just going to say Carroll County quarterly real estate report. Contacts, who do I want to send this to? Maybe I don't have them in the system yet. I can add my new contact here. As long as I have their first name, their last name, and their email address, I'm able to set this up for them. Or I can browse, or I can just start typing their name in. I can also, again, browse anyone who's already in my contact list, or just start typing their names in. Market area, this is going to be Carroll County. If you don't hear anything else that I say in this workshop or in any workshop I ever do, as long as I live, this one is important. Copy agent on report. If I'm sending this report to one person, I might say yes. If I'm sending this report to 50 people, I'm going to say no. Only because we click that little circle there. If yes is selected, the user, you are the user. So basically, if yes is selected, I will automatically receive an email for every single individual client that's set up to receive the report. I have had agents call me panicking. Why did I just get 200 individual emails of my Prospect Square report? Because you clicked yes. So my suggestion is, no matter who I send this to, I'm going to add myself as a contact, and then I can always go in and send this to someone else and send it to myself at the same time. It's going to blind carbon copy. It's going to be addressed to that specific person. So I can go in. I won't bother you in your inbox, Kim. But that's a way to have it sent to yourself when it's sent out to the other person. I like to do that because sometimes I forget. I'm a set it and forget all about it kind of person. So I like to set it, let it do its job, let it come to me so I can remember that it's been sent out. So when that person calls me and has questions, I know what they're talking about. You can also change your initial subject line and your follow-up subject line if you would like. So this quarterly report is from me, probably a bad example that I'm sending it to me. So here, if I add someone else, it's going to automatically put that person's, autofill that person's name in for me. And then what I want to do is, once I have that done, I'm going to preview, because I am a preview person. Every time there's a preview, I'm going to look at it. And here it is. You'll notice with this one, it's a little different. It gives me a little paragraph. So, welcome to your latest quarterly report. It's up-to-date real estate information. It's a specific market area. It's letting them know it's real estate sales activity, real estate regional trends. It does complement the area report. Hey, if they're not getting the area report now, if you're interested, let me know. And it's going to let them know what this is and how to use it. I like this because I'm going to take some of this. I'm going to save it somewhere on my computer. And then when I need to do those Facebook posts, I'm going to kind of look at what this is and maybe regurgitate some of it. Please contact me if you would like more information on your current market. So it's already worded for me. From here, your client is able to convert this to a PDF if they would like to print it out, if they would like to view it this way. You can also go in and print this out and take it with you to an open house. I would print it front to back just to save paper, but it has all of your information on it, so you can print it and take it with you. They can view it in a browser just to make that a little bit larger, share to social media, contact you directly or forward to a friend. So we know a lot of times people live in a house together, they have a partner, they have a spouse, maybe they have a roommate, and they want to forward that off to someone else. And again, it's just going to give that snapshot, and then I can save and send. And it's saving and sending. The report will process. It will automatically email your recipients. New quarterly reports are sent every 3 months, every quarter, as they're updated. Then I can go through and I have a screen here that's going to give me kind of a snapshot of who do I have set up and what are they set up for. I can go in and I can edit any of these reports that I've created, and this will be the same in all reports. I can delete the report. If I delete the report, it's gone. There's no trash can. I can't get it back. I'd have to recreate it. I can also go in from here and preview the report from this screen as well. Let's say I talk to Angie and she says, you know, I just don't see that report. Can you resend it to me? I can. I can generate another one and email it straight from here, report from me to them, and I can resend that as well. Here's the name of the report. Here's the contacts that are receiving it. There is a kebab menu there. If you hit those little tiny 3 dots, it will show you a list. If there's a list of people that it's being sent to, you can edit that. You can view the contact details. What market areas did you include on your report? Did you copy yourself? I did not. I did not want a bunch of emails. Has your person or people, have they unsubscribed? They have not. When did I originally create the report, and when is the last time it went out? So I created this report in June of 2018, and you can see it went out in January to this particular client for this particular area. So you'll see that was just my test. That was like one of the first ones that I had done just to test it out and send it to myself to see what it looks like. As you get more and more and more of these, sometimes it's hard to find the one that you're specifically looking for. You can go in and hit the find button. I can look by report name, by the contact that I've sent it to. Did I already delete it? No, I want to look at all of them because you can delete some. Go back and find the one that you deleted. You can do that as well. And I can just type in, maybe I just want to type in Hartford, and I'm going to hit search. And now anything with Hartford is going to pop up. So you can see Hartford County. I also have Baltimore, Cecil, and Hartford County, where I've combined all of them together to send to this particular client. And just know, again, this is quarterly. It works very much the same. So we have our preview and share if we just want to jump right in. We have our browse if we want to make it more specific. And our area report is exactly the same. The big difference with an area report is we've taken that very, very broad information that's spread out through the calendar, and we've whittled it down to a monthly report. And instead of just a county, now I can go in there and send a specific zip code. If I want to just send condos, if I want to just send single family homes, I can do that. Now you'll see there's 25 pages here, and I know you guys, time is precious, time is money. I don't have time to sit here and go through 25 pages looking for where, you know, the area that I would like. So I'm going to hit the find button, and I can actually just type in the area name here. So if I just want Towson, I can go ahead and hit search, and it's going to pull up Towson for me. I can also pull up Baltimore. And when I do that, what that's going to do is anything labeled Baltimore, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, that's what's going to come up. So I have the opportunity to go through and look for, and you'll see in some instances, you know, some have condos, some have single families, some only have one or the other. You know, Baldwin, there are no condos in Baldwin. So, you know, we have to deal with what's here. But again, I can also go through. I can hit that preview button, see if this is what I'm looking for. You'll see the preview and share doesn't have that little paragraph. That's the only part really that is missing because it's not being sent to somebody specifically. And again, it's the same functionality. I can copy this link, take it to Facebook, have that come out. These will update once per month. The quarterly report 4 times a year, the area report once a month. Usually, I think it's after the 5th of the month. It used to be the 8th of the month. Now I think they're doing it a little bit earlier. But it's going to update once a month, and it's a live link. So if I take this link and I'm sharing to Facebook, and for those of you that do schedule, we know we can schedule up to almost 3 months in advance. So I have options to go into February, into March, and a little bit of April. So I can schedule these to come out and say, you know, maybe I want to do Baltimore one day. I want to do, maybe I do Harford County another, or, you know, Carroll County, any of the counties that I'm working in. Or maybe I want to do specific areas. Maybe I want to have Towson on the 2nd Tuesday of every month. I post the Towson report. Or maybe the 5th Thursday, or the 4th Thursday of the month, if there is one, you know, I post this report. So that is something that you're able to do in Facebook as well. Just another way to utilize the report. You're also able to take these, because they are live links, you are able to share them on your website. So I'm going to show you a few different ways, to do that. So on my website, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, I have area reports here. This information came from an actual area report that I had set up for myself. I went in, kind of changed the narrative to fit me and my personality to be more authentic. Discover your current market data for your area below. And these are just Canva photos that I had thrown in. It is sectioned out. I have 4 sections here. I work with agents that frequently go to Annapolis. We have Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Carroll County, Cecil County, Frederick, Harford, and Howard. So I did them in alphabetical order, so that I wasn't playing favorites with any of them. I probably am going to update my Baltimore County and Howard County so that they also have exterior shots as well. These are all just from Unsplash or from Canva, so they're free photos. Not going to get in trouble for using them. This is a really bad cell phone picture that I took, but someone can click through. They can come to my website, they can click through, they can find that report very easily. That gives me power when I hand out my business card, because I have my website address on my business card. So here I can give that information to someone, they can easily access that. The other power that it gives me, instead of going into Desk, into Prospect Square, into Reports, into Preview and Share, looking for that area that I want, I'm coming right to my website, I'm clicking through, and here's the report. So it's giving me that easy access if I just want to go in and share to Facebook. Now you will see with an area report, you don't get all of the extra areas at the bottom. It does have, you know, fair housing, the realtor symbol, and our disclaimer. So we're completely compliant. Just make sure that you are including your office number. If you have either your email address or your personal number, you must have your office number. It must be labeled. That's a Maryland Real Estate Commission rule, not mine. Make sure that you have your, so let's say this came up and you're like, oh shoot, I don't have my title. You know, it's important, if we're going to push them out, we can always just go back in to the profile. We can change that, you know, designation. I'm just going to say field marketing specialist. Yours could be realtor. It could be salesperson. It could be associate broker. Very easy to save and close that. And then you'll see the next time that I open that up, it's going to say it's already changed for me. So don't panic if you go in and it doesn't look right. You can always just go in and update that in the system as you need to. You'll also see kind of a different way of displaying them. So Sandy likes the quarterly reports. She wants people to contact her for that area report. So here she has some quarterly reports. So you can just click through and get to those quarterly reports. You'll see she has a different photo on hers. I will show you in just a moment. You can change the pictures on your reports as well. So if I want to go into my area report, and let's say I want to set this up specifically for a client, and again, it's going to read the same way. We can edit, we can delete, we can preview, we can send. What is the report name? Who is receiving it? What areas are they receiving? Am I copying myself? Have they unsubscribed? When did I originally create this? And when was the last time that it was sent? So mine are always sent on the 5th of the month. So they are available now. They've upped it a little bit from the 8th to the 5th. And you can see here again from 2018, and they're still going strong. And I haven't even done anything with this. And it's still going to this person. As long as this person's not unsubscribing, I'm just going to keep letting it go, because I don't know, this person might come in at any time and start opening these. Their situation might change. Maybe they were interested in real estate, something happened, then they couldn't think about it, and now they can think about it again. And really, once it's set up, it goes on my behalf. Same thing, I'm just going to click on that new button. I'm going to give this report a name. So maybe this is my Joppa area report. And the contact, I'm going to send this to Angie. I'm in there a lot. And that's when I'm able to browse the market area. So I can go through, I can hit the search field up here, and I can go through and search for a specific community that I need. These are all mid-Atlantic. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to look for the county where that particular area is. So that's in Hartford County. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit the search button. What that's going to do is it's going to pop up with Hartford County immediately. So I'm not going to have to go through 25 pages, because nobody got time for that. And then I'm going to hit on Hartford County Joppa, and I'm going to hit OK. Now that's going to automatically fill that in for me, not copying myself, although I'm only sending it to one person, so I could. The report is enabled to be sent out. And again, anytime there's a little question mark with a bubble, it just says if yes is selected, the report will process. It will send immediately. If you select no, the report will save, but it's not going to send it to the client. So you would choose this option if you want to do a draft, or if you want to stop an existing report from sending, but you don't want to delete it. So you do have that option if you want to stop the report. If someone says, hey, you know what, some stuff has come up, I'm getting these emails, I'm overwhelmed, can you not send them to me for a couple months, maybe start sending them to me again in June. I can just write myself a note. I use InTouch for notes, but I'll write myself a reminder and go in and set that up then. But I can turn that off without having deleted it. Your email signature line, subject line, that's kind of, again, what they're going to see when it comes through. Your report name, it does not show on the report. So I always like to point that out as well. I can label this whatever I need to label it. Maybe it's Joppa area report for Angie, whatever I want to label it so that I know what it is. And contacts do have to be in the system to send them a report. So that's why that new contact button is there. Maybe I forgot to put Angie into my contacts, so I can do that straight from here. Or again, I can just browse anybody that I want to. If they're not in here, I can go through and add that person immediately to my list. So does that make sense? Anybody have any questions? So far, so good? All right, I'm going to double check the chat. All right, so far, so good. So for the quarterly and the area report, again, that's kind of broad-based information. And then we also have our market report. So a market report is the nitty-gritty. You are not going to see a preview and share button there. It does not exist because you do have to go in and specifically set this up with your criteria or draw on a map. Draw on a map is my favorite part. So again, it's going to give you all of the same features as the other reports did. I do want to point out at this time that there is a chat feature here as well. If you get stuck, it will connect you to the chat person. You can chat with them. I'm not going to bother them right now, but you can chat with them if you get stuck. They are there to help you. I can also, here, I want to go ahead and I can find a report. So if I'm looking for a specific contact that I am sending that to, have I deleted it? Have I not deleted it? Specific name of the report, I can search for those. I can also find, I can also, by action, I can copy any of these. You know, do I want to delete them? But here I'm just going to go into new because I want to create a new market report. So you'll see this area here for criteria is a lot bigger. So I'm able to go in. When I hit the edit button, I have some options. I can do a radius search by address or by MLS number. So I have to pick a starting point for this particular search. So I could do local high school. Maybe this person wants to live within 5 miles of this high school. Or let's say they want a specific neighborhood. I'm just going to put that in and do a radius search around that, maybe 10 miles. And then I have to add this data here. So active, if I don't put any information here, it's just going to pull all of the actives, all of the active under contracts, and then closed. So I probably want to do maybe 90 days. Again, you guys can figure out how you want to work this. Maybe I don't want anything that's canceled. Maybe I don't want anything on hold or withdrawn or expired. Or maybe I do. And you can, again, go in and determine how many days back you want that to pull from. And pending as well. Maybe I only want the last 3 months. Maybe I only want the last 2 months or the last month. And then the list price. So I want maybe from $0 and this person is looking up to $4.50. I can put that information in there. That's an extra 0 there. Property type. The more information that we give it, the easier it's going to be. There is a count button here. So when I hit that count button, I have to be at 200 or fewer. And right now I'm at 2,400. So I definitely want to go in and start looking at some more information. Maybe the bedroom count has to be a minimum of 2 bedrooms. Maybe I have to have 1 half and 2 full baths. So when I do that count again, it's going to bring me down to 852. So the more information that you're adding, the closer to what you need is going to pop up. And then when I hit OK, it's going to let me know I have to have 200 properties or fewer. More than that just doesn't fit in the report. So maybe I need 4 bedrooms instead. So that took me down to 316. So total finished square feet. Maybe these people said, you know, they need 1,500 square feet. And again, now I've gone down, you know, little by little by little. If you're not somebody that wants to put in all of this criteria and deal with that, I would be remiss if I didn't point out your radius search can also be by a specific MLS number. I'm going to do a map search. And that's going to pop up. There is a little toggle button here that we can make the screen bigger. You can see here I have some that are already saved that I can get into. I can just click on them. And I can utilize them. You'll see here I already have one that's drawn for me, but I can also go in using that one and edit that one if I need to, or I can go in, reset entirely. And again, do I want to include, maybe I don't want canceled or expired or hold. Maybe I only want the past 2 months of pending or the past 2 months of closed. And then I can go in, click on the map button. Mine, for some reason, always decides that I am in Florida or oh, now I'm in New York. Okay, so there's that. That's because I'm an employee. So mine's a little bit different, but I'm going to click just one more and we're going to go down here. So let's see. Nope, that's not going to do it either. This is not being nice to me today. All right, let's reset. I apologize. Usually it's not this confounded. So I'm going to go through, start a new search circle. And again, you should be able to start in your location. I don't know why mine's not doing that, so I'm just gonna click through. There we go. And I can click through, add that information. Once I've drawn on the map, just like you would in the Bright MLS, it's gonna pull all that data here for me. It's gonna have the latitude, the longitude, all the information of the area that I added. Now I can add multiple areas. Maybe you have someone that wants to look in Towson and they want to look in Bel Air and they want to look in Westminster. Like, I don't know that I would want to work with them necessarily, but money is money. So I can actually circle anything that I want. I can do subdivisions if they want specific streets. You can go in and you can draw those on the map and make this very, very specific. I can name this something specific if I want. Maybe this is Joppatown, or, you know, maybe this is the subdivision. So maybe this is Rumsey Island, you know, market report. It could be the subdivision name, anything that you want to name that. And then again, contacts, who am I going to send this to? The person that is receiving this, the display title. So I like this little bubble because it's letting me know this is where it's going to display on my report. So what do I want to call this specific report? Maybe I just say Rumsey Island. You know, how often do I want this person to receive it? This is where I can give a little more information. Is it an investor? Do I want them to get this every single day? Is this just for my, you know, is this my farm area? Do I want to go in and look at this every day? Maybe I'm not going to email it. If that was me, I'd probably just email it to myself. Do I want to do it once a week, once every other week? You can go all the way up to quarterly. So let's say I'm going to send this to this person every 2 weeks. What type of consumer is this? Is this a buyer? Am I trying to win listings? You know, is it a prospect or an investor? And I can determine that as well. Do I want to copy my cell phone report? Remember, if I send this to 20 people, I'm going to get 25 individual copies. So I'm probably just going to add myself as a contact. Maximum number of listings per email. So this is up to you. It defaults to 100. You can choose up to 200, but 100 is the default. And then report expiration. So you can go in and have this expire. So maybe this person is receiving this from you and they're looking forward to it. And they're getting it every 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, they stop getting it. Then they reach out to you. Hey, where's this report? Also, email subject line, description, introduction, and of course, it's going to let you know here the description introduction will be underneath of the paragraph. It's going to let them know maybe these are Rumsey Island, you know, single family homes, or they are under a certain amount of money or over a certain amount of money. You can do that here. Maybe they're waterfront, anything that you have selected in there. And then we can preview. Again, I always like to preview. It's going to show you exactly what your client is going to see. So you're able to get into the report directly. You're able to look through. You'll see I have a different photo for this one. Market report, Rumsey Island. This market report has detailed information. You know, again, if they want information on another area, we can do that. And, you know, I'm happy to help. It's got all the information here again, and it has different information. So I'm going to make that a little bit larger. We can see the for sale information, the pending data, the sold data. It does have a key down here. So I know that red means sold, blue means pending, green means for sale. I can kind of get a gist in the area that was chosen. You know, what is the high price, the average price, and the low price. I included rentals. So, you know, I could go back and change that data that I included to say from this price, maybe from 50,000 to, you know, 500,000. It's also going to give me days on the market. So I can see if I price it as the average, there's 79 days average days on the market. If it's really, really high, it's going to be on the market for quite a while. You know, pending data, sold data, and it's going to give a market snapshot. So it's going to let you know properties that are on the market in this area predominantly are between $200,000 and $500,000. That's most of what's on the market. How many days on the market? So we're not quite through February just yet, but we can see days on the market jump down considerably. And also now I have all the data right here at my fingertips. So somebody can go through, they can click through on any of these and get the information. But wait, there's more. I'm going to let them know, scroll all the way down to the bottom. Now they can look at all of this inventory. They can go through it. They can see, you know, what does it look like? Anything that they are interested in, they're able to click on to get more information. Once they click through, some of the information from the MLS will come straight through to them. They can click through, look at all of the photos. They can have an automatic, it will automatically play for them, but they can also stop that and go through and look at all of the pictures themselves and just see, you know, what is this area? What is this property? It will tell them who it's listed by. That is because we are required to do that. And of course, all of my nifty information is down here on the bottom. So I definitely want to make sure that that is always included, and it does that for me. And again, they're going to find whatever the listing agent included. So you can see this particular listing agent, even though it's the rental, they did a drone shot of, this is basically my backyard, but they did a drone shot of the water to pull you in. That's to get you to click on it. But they can scroll through, they can get the information. Again, they can click through any property. They can look at anything that they want. They're only going to see what the listing agent obviously has uploaded into the system. But they'll get that information. This property is closed. So that gives them kind of an idea of, you know, is my house, you know, from selling this to a seller, is my house comparable with this one? You know, could I get this much money for my house, etc. But definitely a great way to stay up to date on all of the properties in a specific area. Show what you know, show you know, your expertise, and to be able to give that information to them. And then I can send, save and send, and that's going to also process, and it will be sent out per the timing I selected. So I selected every 14 days. So you'll see here the Stevenson Estates Market Report. I didn't schedule it to go out. I just saved a draft, so it hasn't been sent, but it's there for me should I need it for anything. You'll see all the dates here are all going to be a little bit different based on how they were set up in the system. Last but not least, we only have a few minutes left. There are also report settings here. So you can go in, I was going to the area report, but I can go into the pencil. I can change the name. So mine comes up as area report, active report settings. Yes. Do I want to change the photo? So I can browse through the photos that are already in this system. We do have, so if I want to search, if I want to look through, we do have a mid-Atlantic, or it's called Southern Mid-Atlantic. So I probably don't want to show the desert. There are several exterior photos here that I can choose from, several interior photos that I can choose from. And as you go through, there's some urban as well, white modern kitchen, but Southern Mid-Atlantic are the ones that they suggest for our area. So you'll see some views of the bay and different things that look like properties in our area. If you hit search and hit search here, it's just going to take you to those results as well. And you can select the one that you want. It will pop up here, or you can add a new cover image and add your own photo. It's going to give you the requirements here the image dimensions. If you are a Canva fanatic like I am, you can go in and design your own if you would want to. I haven't done that quite yet. And also area report intros. So do I want to hide them? I don't have them on, I want them on there. I can go in, I can edit these. Now, remember, I want to customize, but I don't want to personalize because I could be sending this to anyone. And again, I have that option here for the buyer, for the seller, for the prospects, for the investors, for both the initial emails and the follow-up emails as well. And also, let me see. Yep. So all the way down to the bottom. And then I can just save and close, and it's going to save any of the changes that I made. I can do that for all of my reports. So that is Prospect Square reports in a nutshell. Does anybody have any questions?
No, I think I'm going to quit.
I always just say, go and add yourself as a contact and just go in and play around with it. I learn the best doing it that way. If you do not learn best doing it that way, we can always sit together and do a one-on-one and go through it that way as well. It's a little intimidating, I find. The area reports are my favorite because for me, they're just the easiest for me to use. I think partly being an employee, mine always goes to Florida or New York or somewhere different. Most of the agents I talk to, it does start where you work, which makes it a lot easier. But you can definitely go in and change some of the verbiage, change some of the information there to make it work for you. Definitely.
Okay, well, gonna give them a try.
Yeah, give them a try. And then we will be having, if anybody is interested, we will be having another class at 3 o'clock on, how to post these to social media. How do I get this on my website? How do I utilize it in some out of the box ways other than just setting people up and sending it out? Just to build your business, maybe get you some more stuff in here.
Great. See you at 3 then.
Definitely. And Sue, no worries about the phone ringing. And yes, once you work through it, definitely call me and we'll get together and we'll go through it.
Great. Yeah, I forgot to turn off my microphone. I apologize.
Oh, fine. You're fine. I've heard worse. Trust me.
Oh, there you go.